Okay, Indy, you may start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sikkha Dhamma class. Uh, Today is the 14th Kalapakasa Makasira Masasa Maha Jayanti 2613 or December 29th, 2024. I'm Indy, and my name is Chai. My Chaya is Itipatiyana Viwatama Hinta Sankamita Tamapala Telawata Palapoti, and I'll be co-hosting this class along with my mom, whose chaya is Visankara Kata. Sangvara Yana Viwata Mahinta Sankamita Tamapala Telawata Palapoti. Now, an important note. Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not gambhira or profound. People must continuously study Dhamma or else it will lead to Mahatapa, Niraya, or Nalok, because it is Michatiti, or not following the Buddha's teachings. If any of the provided content contrasts with Tamakanta, Tama 84,000 Tamakanta, please refer to Tama 84,000 Tamakanta only. Now, who would like to be class leader today? Ben Ekman, class leader, หรือเปล่า
ใช่
Okay.
มหาพิวัตรภูมิจาตรสีสีธรรมคันธสหัสานิวิสติอริยมรรค
Visayayamaka,
วิสติสามัญญผล
Visatisamanyampala,
เอกานิพานาคิปาปัญญาโดยชิปันในบุคคลที่การนิเทิน
Then,
เพราะว่าตรสีสีธรรมคันธสหัสานิคือปรมัตถรัสมาสปริสมณกตมปัญญาติกาโยโวอานันทมียธรรมโมจวิโยจุเทสโรปัญญาโตโสโลมาเจสัทธาโยโวอานันทมียธรรมโมจวิโยจุเทสโรปัญญาโตโสโลมาเจสัทธาโยโวอานันทมียธรรมโมจวิโยจุเทสโรปัญญาโตโสโลมาเจสัทธานะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาวิทยาปรมัตถรัสมาสโพธิปัญญาธิกาทรงบำเพ็ญมหาบารมี22กายกำไรแสงกับสมภพปรมัตถรัสมาสโพธิ512,028ปัญญาธิกาพุทธด้วยเสียงกลางนะโมนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาวิทยาปรมัตถรัสมาสโพธิสัตราธิกาทรงบำเพ็ญมหาบารมี42กายกำไรแสงกับสมภพปรมัตถรัสมาสโพธิ1,24,055สัตราธิกาพุทธด้วยเสียงกลางนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาวิทยาปรมัตถรัสมาสโพธิวิริยาธิกาทรงบำเพ็ญมหาบารมี82กายกำไรแสงกับสมภพปรมัตถรัสมาสโพธิ2,48,109วิริยาธิกาพุทธด้วยเสียงกลาง
now, let's pay respects to Tan Tipitaka Tamacharya Tamapala Telawata Palapoti Sujatnakon, one of the teachers who helped explain Tama, difficult Tama, to make it more understandable. And Tan Ankakuna Arya Tama Sotapana, who helped build a lot of Wata or what, so that we can have places to make kusala. And last but not least, Tan Patara Poti Tama Sotapana Aye was a kind Pikuni. He did more for others, more doing and less complaining. Visiti Ayamaka, Visiti Samanyapa, Ekani Pana Kipapini Doshe Pane Potikani Chang. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Nathan Interasobat, or Indi, and my chaya is Itipatayana Viwata Vahinta Sankamita Tamapala Telawata Palapoti. These two pictures on the left are me when I ordained when I was 8, and the picture on the right is me when I ordained when I was 11 with my family. Now, because this is my first time as a Tamachan, I want you guys to understand my chaya to get to know me better. I'll break my chaya down into different parts so that I can make it more understandable. Now, starting off, my chaya starts with Itipata, which is Itipatiyana, and Itipata 4, which is part of Poti Pakiya Tama 37. Now, Poti Pakiya Tama 37 is Lokatala Tama, which is used to suppress Patijasamupata, or the cause of the cycle of existence and birth. Basically, if you have Poti Pakiya Tama 37, you no longer go through rebirth, and it consists of 7 things. Mahasatipatthana 4, Samapatthana 4, Itipata 4, Interiya 5, Phala 5, Pochanka 7, and Makha 8. My chaya starts with this one. Itipata 4. Next in my chaya is Yana. Now Yana comes from Yana Sampayutta Chitta and Yana Vipayutta Chitta in Kamavachala Chitta 24 in Chitta Loisabet. Next in my chaya is Vivatta. Now Vivatta means the end of the cycle of birth, which is the definition of Nibbana. Basically, you no longer go through rebirth. Next in my chaya is Mahinta Sankamita. Now, Mahinta Sankamita is the name of the son and daughter of King Ashoka. They helped spread and propagate the teachings of Buddha into Sri Lanka. Now, next in my chaya is Dhammapala. Now, this one is split into two words. Dhamma is the teaching of the Buddha 84,000 Dhammakanta, and Pala means guard, keeper, or protector. So it's like protector of the 84,000 Dhammakanta. Next in my chaya is Theravada. Now, Theravada, the original version, the strictly preserved version of Buddha's teachings. And finally, in my chaya is Palapoti. Now, this one is also split into two words. Now, Pala comes from Poti Pakiyatama 37. It's this one right here. Pala 5. And Poti means Buddha. So when you combine them together, Palapoti means the power of enlightenment of 3,584,192 Buddhas. Now, today we'll be discussing about this topic, one of this topic. How does human manusa come from monkey? Dear China, do we come from them? Now, according to scientists, we are about 98% related to primates or monkeys. However, we are not entirely the same, and Dhamma has provided information to support this. We can prove this using Patisanti Citta 19 from 31 Pumi 31. And Patisanti Citta 19 is responsible for determining what we'll be in the next life. Now, we will use these first two Citta from Patisanti Citta 19 to prove this, which is Upekha Sakatang, Santila Cittang, Asankhalikang Kama Washala Akusavi Baka Cittang. And also Upekha Sakatang, Santila Cittang, Asankhalikang Kama Washala Ahitaka Akusavi Baka Cittang. Now, notice the two endings. They're different. One of them is Akusavi Baka Cittang, and the other is Ahituka Akusavi Baka Cittang. Now, this first one, Akusavi Baka Cittang, this will cause beings to be born into one of the Abhaya Bhumi 4, which is Niraya, Dirachana, Beta, or Sura. Meanwhile, this one, the engine Ahituka Akusavi Baka Cittang, allows beings to be born as a Manusa Bhumi 1, or a human. They can also be born in Tevada due to Jatu Maharishaka and Rachika. The other Patisatichitta allows beings to be born in Tevada as a Rupa Prom or an Arupa Prom. But we'll be mainly focusing on these two. Now, in our case, we are Manusa, we are human. And our Patisatichitta is Upeka Sagadang Santi Lana Chittang Sankhalikang Kama Vachala Ahituka Kusavi Baka Chittang. Due to this one. Now, this Patisanti Citta accompanies us when we are born as a Manusa. It's like when we are born, the instant we are born, we have this. And when after we are born, this Patisanti Citta changes into a Pawanka Citta. Now, the thing about Pawanka Citta is that it keeps us as a Manusa until the end of life. So until the end of our lives, we cannot change into an animal or a Beta. We will stay as a Manusa due to this. However, when our life ends, when we die, this Pawanka Citta changes into Juti Citta. And what happens is that the Juti Citta will leave our body and it will lead us into the next life, into one of the 31 Pumi. Now, similarly, primates and monkeys are born with a Patisanti Citta. However, theirs is Ubeka Sakatang Santi Lana Cittang, Asankarikang Kama Vachala Akusavi Baka Cittang. Now, this one ends with Akusavi Baka Cittang. The Hetuka allows us to become human. However, without that, you will become one of the Apaya Bhumi 4. In this case, they'll become a monkey or a primate. Now, similar to us, they're born with their patisanti citta. And after they are born, it changes into a pawanka citta, which is this. Now, the difference is that instead of keeping them as a human, they will stay as an animal, as a tirachana until the end of their life. They cannot change into a human or anything like that. And when they die, this pawanka citta becomes a juti citta. And similarly, what happens is that the juti citta leaves their body and it will lead the being to the next life as one of the 31 pumi. So while our cycles of life and death are similar, we are not this, we are different beings due to the different patisanti citta. That results in one of us becoming a tirachana or animal, and one of us becoming a manusa or human. So in conclusions, are humans the same as primates and monkeys? While we are very similar in DNA, we are born differently as different beings due to different patisanti citta. So we are not the same. Now, up until these questions, are there any questions? No questions? All right, knowledge check. How many patisanti citta are there? T. How many patisanti citta are there?
He just told us.
Indy, do you want to go back to that Patisanti Citta?
Okay. How many patisanti citta are there?
Cow.
Correct. Now next, which patisanti citta do humans or manusa are born with? Ben.
Bekasakitang Bekasakitang Santira Chitang Sankarikang Kama Wachala Ahituka Kuslai Bak Chitang.
Correct. Now, which patisanti citta do monkeys or tirachana are born with? Ploy.
พลอยมาไหมพลอยไม่ได้มาครับ
Oh. T.
Bekasa katang santiran citang sangkal kang kamo chala agus akusala wipagititang.
Took. Now, Ben, which pawanka citta keeps manusa as manusa until the end of life? Here's a hint. Patisanti citta turns into pawanka citta.
I look up.
Okay, so patisanti citta will turn into pawanka citta after we are born. So it should be the same. So what would the pawanka citta be? I'll give you another hint. It's the one that allows us to be born as a human.
I look up.
I'll chile. It's ubeka sakatang santi lana chitang asankal kankama watsa ahituka kusawi baka chitang. Basically, that's the patisanti citta, and it stays the same even when it becomes pawanka citta. Man,เข้าใจ ใช่ไหม?
Check up.
Okay. Now, lastly, when manusa dies, which Juti Chitta will leave the body? T.
อืมอ๋ออืมไม่คิดว่ารู้ไม่รู้กับ
I'll give you a hint. The Juti Chitta, it's the same as the Patisanti Chitta and the Pawanka Chitta of humans, Manusa. It's the same thing.
อุเบกขาสังกตังสันติอนันติตังสังขารกังกัมมัจจาเหตุกากุศลวิปากติตัง
Correct. Good job, T. So basically, our Patisanti Chitta will remain the same even when it becomes Pawanka Chitta, and the Pawanka Chitta will remain the same even when it becomes Juti Chitta. So for a human, this will stay the same throughout all three. For Manusa, this will stay the same through all three. แมนกับ T เข้าใจใช่ไหม
ครับ
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pass this over to the other co-leader of today's class, my mom.
Okay, thank you, Windy. Now it's my turn. สาธุอนุโมทนาอิทธิปาทายานะอิทธิปาทายานะวิวัตตะมหินทะสังฆมิตาธรรมปาละเถระวาทะพละโพธิบัณฑิต Good job, thank you. You did great. Now it's my turn. Okay, 1 second. I need to share my screen first. Okay, did you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So for today, let's start with some easy basic vocabulary. 1 second, let me get the laser pointer. Okay, so we're gonna start with easy basic vocabulary, lopa, tosa, moha. Okay, lopa, tosa, moha is from Makot language. Okay, Makot language is one of the world languages available in this world. However, this Makot language is the closest language to Dhamma language. Why? Because this is the only language that the Buddha allowed to use to propagate Buddha Dhamma, in Buddha time. That's why this is the closest language. Makot is the closest language to the Dhamma language. And so do you know what are Lopa, Tosa, and Moha? Do you? Indy, do you know what Lopa, Tosa, Moha mean on top of your head?
Lopa means greed, Tosa means anger, and Moha means ignorance.
Okay, that's good. How about Ben? Do you know on top of your head what is Lopa, Tosa, Moha?
เป็นคิดว่าโลภะคือ greed โทสะคือ anger กับโมหะคือ also anger
เหรอโอเค โมหะไม่ใช่โมโหนะเป็น โมหะคือ not knowing Buddha ธรรมะโอเคแล้วทีล่ะลูกทีรู้เปล่าว่าโลภะโทสะโมหะหมายถึงอะไร
โลภะแบบเป็น feeling โทสะเป็น anger แล้วก็โมหะแบบไม่ได้ believe มีโนธรรมะ
Oh, you guys are good. You guys are good. Then it's okay to use English or Thai language to understand what lopa, tosa, moha are. So lopa, if you use English language, it has a meaning around like greed, want, passion, love, like, all pretty stuff. For tosa, it has the meaning around anger. Not only anger, but fear too. Upset, sad, or have emotional. For moha, it has the meaning around not knowing Buddha Dhamma or wrong belief. It seems like you guys, have some idea what they are. Again, moha is not moho นะเบนนะ moha is not knowing Buddha Dhamma โมโหเนี่ยจะไปเป็นโทสะแทนโอเคไม่ใช่โมหะSo since you know the meaning of this lopa, tosa, and moha in like English language, we don't need to stick with English language, but we have to go back to Makot language. Why? I show you the reason why. For example, lopa, okay? If we understand lopa in Makati language, we can link it to other terms. For example, when we think of lopa, we think of lopa mula citta 8. And then next we think, lopa mula citta 8 are under akusala citta 12, which have tosa mula citta 2 and moha mula citta 2 as well. Combine 8 plus 2 plus 2 is akusala citta 12, right? And on and on. Or you can, when you think of lopa, you can think of lopa cetasika, which are under lotika cetasika 3, which are under akusala cetasika 14, and on and on. Or when you think of lopa, the opposite side of lopa is alopa cetasika, which are under sopana sahana cetasika 19, and sopana sahana cetasika 19 are under sopana cetasika 25, which have virati cetasika 3, appamanya cetasika 2, and panjinthariya cetasika 1 under it, and on and on. That's why when we by Makot language, it will help us to be able to Sikkha Dhamma profoundly. It's not like an English language when you translate lopa into greed. You won't be able to link it back to akusala citta 12, but maybe you can link it back to the English language like, greed or money, or like, I want more. I want more and more. I like that one. But it won't link you back to akusala citta 12 or cetasika or sopana sahana cetasika or viriya cetasika. Okay. Any question? Do you understand what I'm trying to show you, right? Why we have to stick with the word in Makot language when we Sikkha Dhamma. Okay. All right. So we're going to forget about English meaning and stick with what we understand. Since we understand already what is lopa, tosa, moha. Okay. And what is the opposite with lopa? Is alopa. How about tosa?
Tosa.
Tosa.
Tosa. right มีอะอยู่ข้างหน้าคือ opposite to โทสะ how about moha what's
Amoha.
opposite to moha that's correct the opposite of moha is amoha or panya cetasika okay how about kusala what is the opposite to kusala
Akusala.
that's correct how about punya kriya watu 10 what are the opposite of punya kriya watu 10
Moha.
same thing just add a so is a punya kriya a punya kriya watu 10 okay and how about kusala kammapata 10 so what is the opposite to kusala kammapata 10
Akusala Kamapata 10.
that's correct yeah so you see that when you stick with makati you can link it it can be any relation opposite or similar or connection to another term of Makot language so you can Sikkha Dhamma more profoundly deeper and deeper okay the reason that I would like you to know about Lopa Tosa Moha because of I would like to show you the Kammapata so I'm gonna use Lopa Tosa Moha to understand Akusala Kammapata 10 which normally they are led by Lopa and Tosa however they are hiddenly controlled by Moha so Lopa Tosa Moha are part of Akusala Kammapata okay so Kammapata Kamma is Kam Pata is path so path to Kamma so there are two sides of it one is Akusala Kammapata 10 which is Akusala side and the other side is Kusala Kammapata 10 we're gonna start with Akusala Kammapata 10 first okay and we're gonna kind of explain it using the Tosa Lopa Moha to explain what they are so in Akusala Kammapata 10 we divided into 3 groups the first group is Kaya Kamma 3 this Kaya mean like body Kaya Kamma is Kamma ที่ done by body second is let me so the first one is Kaya Kamma okay Kaya Kamma 3 by body it has Panatipata Atinatana Kame Sumishachara the second group is Vachi Kamma 4 basically this Kamma is done by verbally or like speaking it has Musawata Pisunawata Parusawata Sampapalapa and the third group is Manokamma 3 which is Kamma that is done by like thinking and beyond it has Apicca Payapata and Micchatitti now let's take a look at it one by one start with Kaya Kamma which is the Kamma that done by the body okay the first one is Panatipata the meaning the word or English meaning of Panatipata is hurting or killing for example you kill the ant you kill the mosquito or it can has the meaning within ourselves as well Panatipata for example the white blood cell is killing the germ to fight the flu or something like that those are Panatipata so when you look at the action for example you're gonna hit the mosquito you need to have the something that make you do it and what make you do it in this case is Tosa Mulacitta 2 so basically this action hurting or killing or like doing something harsh normally is led by Tosa Mula Citta 2, which has the meaning around like anger, fear, right? At this point, do you have any question for Panatipata?
No.
Yeah, you probably have heard it before, right? Panatipata, Athinnathana, Game Sumichachara. You probably heard it before. I will have you, read through it after I explain the what they are. The second one in the Kaya Kamma is Athinnathana. The English language meaning could be like stealing, or if it's within our body, it could be that we are absorbing nutrition from the digested food. So we're stealing those nutrition from what we eat and give it to the all body part of the whole body. So for Athinnathana, it can be performed and led by sometimes by Lopa Mula Citta and sometimes by Tosa Mula Citta, depend on what trigger it. For example, you are upset with someone, so you take something away from them, something like that. That could be led by Tosa. Or if you see that, oh, that guy has a beautiful watch, let's stealing it, something like that. That could be led by like Lopa Mula Citta 8. So it depends on what trigger the stealing. It could be sometimes it's Lopa, sometimes it's Tosa. Okay. And 3, Kame Sumichachara. It meaning like you want to make yourself look pretty or handsome. And the beautiful thing normally is led by like Lopa Mula Citta 8. Okay. All right. So that is the 3 Kaya Kamma, Panatipata, Athinnathana, Kame Sumichachara. Okay. Indy, can you read these first 3? The first group, Kaya Kamma 3. มีอะไรบ้าง What are under Kaya Kamma 3? Akusala Kaya Kamma 3.
There's Panatipata, which is hurting or killing. Athinnathana, which is stealing. And Kame Sumichachara, which is pretty or handsome.
So if it's possible, Panatipata, Tosa Mula Citta 2. Athinnathana, sometime by Lopa, sometime by Tosa. Kame Sumichachara, Lopa Mula Citta 8. นะเราจะได้รู้ว่า which มคตองค์ธรรมที่ causing this Kaya Kamma. T, can you read similarly to what Indy read for Akusala Kaya Kamma 3?
Akusala Kamma 3, Panatipata, hurting, killing, performed lead by Tosa Mula Citta 2. Athinnathana, stealing, performed lead by Lopa Mula Citta 8, or sometimes Tosa Mula Citta 2.
ที่ 3
Kame Sumichachara, pretty handsome, performed lead by Lopa Mula Citta 8.
Yes, that is Akusala Kaya Kamma 3. Okay, that by body. Ben, your turn. Akusala Kaya Kamma 3.
Panatipata, hurting or killing, performed and led by Tosa Mula Citta 2. Athinnathana, stealing, sometimes led by Lopa Mula Citta 8, sometimes by Tosa Mula Citta 2. Kame Sumichachara, pretty or handsome, performed and led by Lopa Mula Citta 8.
Good. Now, next group of Akusala Kammapatha is Vaci Kamma 4. This one is by like verbally or like a speaking. The first one is Musawata, คือ lie. If it's within our body, it could be like not things stay the same. For example, my hair, it turned from black to gray hair. I will not have black hair forever. That is musawata, meaning that it keeps changing. Or my skin get wrinkled, something like that. That is musawata within our body. So what is perform and lead this musawata? Sometimes it's lead by lopa, and sometimes it lead by tosa. Okay. The second one, pisunawata or sarcastic. You can see that is related to speaking, right? That's why it's under the group of vajikamma. Similarly, to the musawata, it can lead by lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes by tosa mulacitta 2. The third one is parusawata. This one is rude word. Now it's different. This one, when someone says something not nice to you, that particular person need to have some tosa to lead it to, speak that bad word to you. Okay, that's why normally parusawata or rude word, it's led by tosa mulacitta 2. The fourth vajikamma is sampapalapa or nonsense talk or like joking. This is led by lopa mulacitta 8 and sometimes by tosa mulacitta 2. Okay. Indeed, can you recite this? Akusala vajikamma 4.
Vajikamma 4 has musawata, which is line uncertainty, and it's caused sometimes by lopa mulacitta 8 or tosa mulacitta 2. Pisunawasa, which is sarcastic, it's sometimes performed by lopa mulacitta 8 or tosa mulacitta 2. Parusawata, which is rude, bad words, which is always caused by tosa mulacitta 2. And sampapalapa, which is nonsense talk or joking, and it's sometimes caused by lopa mulacitta 8 or tosa mulacitta 2.
T, can you do the same with Indy? For vajikamma 4.
Vajikamma 4 by speaking musawata, lie, uncertain, led by some lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes dosa mulacitta 2. Pisunawata, sarcastic, led by lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes by dosa mulacitta 2. Parusawata, rude word, led by tosa mulacitta 2. Sampapalapa, nonsense talk or joking, led by lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes dosa mulacitta 2.
Okay, Ben, your turn for akusala vajikamma 4.
Musawata, lie, or uncertainty, sometimes by lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes by tosa mulacitta 2. Pisunawata, sarcastic, sometimes led by lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes led by tosa mulacitta 2. Parusawata, rude words, is always led by tosa mulacitta 2. Sampapalapa, nonsense talk or joking, sometimes led by lopa mulacitta 8 or sometimes led by tosa mulacitta 2.
Good job. Okay, the next group is manokamma 3, by thinking or like beyond thinking. The first one is apicca. It has the same meaning around the same as lopa. Greed, passion, like love, that's why it's performed and led by lopa mulacitta 8. The second one, payapata. This one is supposed to be payapata. Apicca. Payapata, anger or fear. This one is led by like tosa. You see that anger and fear, it has the same meaning, the same meaning around the same as tosa. That's why it's led by tosa mulacitta 2. and then the third one Miccha Titti not knowing Buddha 84,000 Dhamma Kantha ก็ this one for some reason I would say that it will lead by moha. However, moha lead everything anyway, hiddenly or secretly. But this one has lopa mula citta 8 that lead by miccha titti. From what I understand is knowing Buddha 84 Dhamma Kantha is difficult, it's hard. Maybe if people choose not to learn the hard thing but take the easy way, that could be lopa to them. That's why it led by lopa mula citta 8. Okay. Indi, can you read through the akusala manokamma 3?
Manokamma 3 by thinking and beyond. Apicca, which is greed, passion, like love, which is always caused by lopa mula citta 8. Abhaya pata, which is anger and fear, and it's always caused by tosa mula citta 2. And finally, miccha titti, which is not knowing with Buddha's 84,000 Dhammakanta, and it's always caused by lopa mula citta 8.
And again, moha, mula citta 2, they are always hidden to control all of this. Okay. So this is akusala kammapata 10. On the other side, on the good side, is kusala kammapata 10. You can see that they have the same group, kayakam 3, vajikam 4, and manokamma 3. However, they are on the good side, or sometimes they call it sucharit. Sucharit, S-U, sucharit, แปลว่า good. If it's akusala, they call tucharit, tu, the T, tucharit. But kusala side, they call sucharit, the S, sucharit. So you can see that they have kayakam 3, vajikam 4, and manokam 3 as well. However, instead of panatipata, they turn to be panatipata virati. Why? Because they have virati cetasika 3, helping to change them from akusala to kusala. Okay? So it's going to be panatipata virati sikkha patang samadhiyami. And that is performed and led by Mahakusala Citta 8. The second one is instead of Akusala side Atinnathana, turn to be Atinnathana Virati Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami, because it has Virati Cetasika 3 from Mahakusala Citta 8. So this is Citta, this is Cetasika, okay? Virati Cetasika 3. And the third Kaya Kamma is Kame Sumishachara. It turned from Kame Sumishachara on the Akusala side to Kame Sumishachara Virati Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. And it has Virati Cetasika 3 that changed it from Akusala to Kusala from Mahakusala Citta 8. Okay. Anyone remember Virati Cetasika 3? What are they? Virati Cetasika 3.
Samavacha, Samakammanta, Samajiva.
Yes, that's correct. จะเห็นคำว่ามันมีคำว่าสัมมาสัมมาเป็นคำที่ดีนะเป็นคำที่แบบว่าที่พระพุทธเจ้าสอนเรามาสัมมานั่นแหละโอเค Indi, can you read through กายกรรม 3 กุศลกรรมปฐกายกรรม 3
Kayakamma 3 has Panatipata Virati, which is facilitated by Virati Cetasika and performed by Mahakusala Citta 8. Atinatana Virati, which is facilitated by Virati Cetasika and performed by Mahakusala Citta 8 also. And finally, Kame Sumichachara Virati, which is facilitated by Virati Cetasika and performed by Mahakusala Citta 8.
Okay. T, can you do the same as Indi?
ก็อ่านใช่ไหมอ่านก็อยากให้ที่ทำอะไรครับอยากให้ที่ทำอะไรครับ
อ๋อให้read ตรงกัน3
อัญญติปาตาเวรติ facilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed lead by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Nayan Da Na Virakti facilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed lead by Mahakusala Chitta Band. แก้แม่สุมิชาวิรติfacilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed lead by Mahakusala Chitta Band.
Ben your turn for กุศลกายกรรมะ3
Panatipata Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3 performed and led by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Atinathana Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3 Mahakusala Chitta Band. Kame Suichachara Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3 Mahakusala Chitta Band.
Okay, all right. The next group, Vaji Kamma 4. Similarly, from Akusala side is Musawata. When it turned to Kusala Kammapata, Vaji Kamma, it turned to be Musawata and add Virati. You see this? Turn to be Musawata Virati Sikkhapathang Samadhiyami. Turn to be Pisunawata Virati Sikkhapathang Samadhiyami. Turn from Parusavata to Parusavata Virati Sikkhapathang Samadhiyami. Turn from Sampapalapa to Sampapalapa Virati Sikkhapathang Samadhiyami. And facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3 and Mahakusala Chitta 8. Okay, Indy, quickly. Vaji Kamma 4.
Vaji Kamma 4 has Musawata Virakti, facilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8. Pisunawata Virakti, which is facilitated by Virakti Jessica also, and Mahakusala Chitta 8. Parusawata Virakti, facilitated by Virakti Jessica and performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8. And finally, Sampapalapa Virakti, which is facilitated by Virakti Jessica and performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8.
Okay. T. Vaji Kamma 4.
Vaji Kamma 4. Musawata Virati facilitated by Virakti Jessica, only by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Pisunawata Virakti facilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Parusawata Virati facilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Samapala Virati facilitated by Virakti Jessica, performed by Mahakusala Chitta Band.
Okay, Ben, it's your turn. Vaji Kamma 4. Kusala Vaji Kamma 4.
Musawata Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3, performed and led by Mahakusala Chitta 8. Pisunawata Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3, performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8. Parusawata Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3, performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8. Sampapalapa Virakti is facilitated by Virakti Jessica 3, performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8.
Okay, the last group is Kusala Mano Kamma 3. Okay, it's opposite. From Apicca, it turned to be Anapicca. And the Cetasika T working is not Lopa anymore, but is Alopa Cetasika. From Mahakusala Chitta 8. Okay, and then from Payapata, anger of fear, is turned to be Payapata. Okay, and facilitated by Atosa Cetasika from Mahakusala Chitta 8. And from Miccha Titti, it turned to be Samma Titti. Samma Titti เนี่ย it has Panya Jesika. Panya Jesika is the last Jesika of the 52 Jesika. ใช่ไหมbut however Panya Jesika they work with Mahakusala Chitta 8 too. That's why they all performed by Mahakusala Chitta 8. Okay. Indy, can you recite Kusala Manokamma 3?
Manokamma 3 consists of Anapcha, which is facilitated by Alopajetisika and performed and led by Mahakusajita 8, Apayapata, which is facilitated by Atosajetisika and performed by Mahakusala Jitta 8, and finally Samatiti, is facilitated by Panya Jetisika and performed by Mahakusajita 8.
ที่กุศลมโนกรรมตรี
Manokamate Anapicha facilitated by a low participant performing led by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Apahayapatra facilitated by a Dosa Jessica performing led by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Samatiti facilitated by Panya Jessica performing led by Mahakusala Chitta Band.
Ben, your turn.
Anapicha is facilitated by Alopajetisika, performed by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Apayapata is facilitated by Atosa Jessica and is performed by Mahakusala Chitta Band. Samatiti is facilitated by Panya Jessica. It is performed by Mahakusala Chitta Band.
Good job, all three kids. So, akusala kammapatha are not only the action toward other, like we're not only hurting, killing other, however, it's within our body as well. That is, I would like to emphasize here that sometimes panatipata is not only the action toward other, but it's also performed inside our body as well. So normally we do a lot of akusala kammapatha automatically. It's our body. It's the way that it is. That's why we will have to, Sikkha Dhamma, we can earn kusala, not only akusala. Okay? All right. Summary. Human doesn't come from monkey. Do you agree? Do you all agree with Indy? Second, Dhamma language, Makati language versus world language. So today we have learned the easy vocabulary, lopa, tosa, moha, and also lead to kammapatha, both akusala kammapatha and kusala kammapatha, which we try to move from verbal language to back to Makati language, right? Which is the closest language to Dhamma language. And then the last topic that we talk about is the kammapatha, which is have two sides, akusala kammapatha and kusala kammapatha. So next time, I will try to show you and try to connect kusala kammapatha to punya kiriya vatusik. So we can use our body at level 0 to access Atita Kamma at level 99. Okay, do you have any question?
No.
Okay. มีธรรมาจารย์ท่านไหนอยากจะเสริมไหมคะ เพิ่มเติม โอเค ถ้าไม่มีก็ this is reference นะคะreference ที่ใช้ในการทำสไลด์นี้ก็ได้มาจากคู่มือประกอบการสิกขาธรรมะตามพระไตรปิฎกของท่านอังคคุณโสตปันนะแล้วก็สไลด์จากการประกอบการสิกขาธรรมจากของหมอต้อมลุงการลุงสุชนป้าอบป้าแอป้าแอนป้าแนนนะคะแล้วก็ข้อธรรมที่สิกขาจากท่านอาจารย์สุชาตินาคอ่อนแล้วก็ธรรมอาจารย์ทุกท่านนะคะที่ได้เอามารวบรวมวันนี้ในการสอนเด็กค่ะโอเควันนี้ไม่มี knowledge check right now
ไม่มี no check
เดี๋ยวแม่ knowledge check ที่บ้านได้ ตอนนี้ is almost 5 o'clock so we will do กรวดน้ำเพื่อเป็นบุญญกริยาวัตถุ10ที่บ้านนะคะ ให้พ่อกับแม่พาทำกรวดน้ำนะคะน้องทีโอเคขอบคุณมากค่ะงั้นวันนี้แค่นี้นะคะสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สาธุค่ะ
สาธุ
สา
จ้า
ธุ
โกเป้สาธุ
จะ
จ้า
มาเป็นคน
น้องอิน
ทาน
ดี้
วั